they feel that they just don't want you to miss out on this opportunity to really express these gifts that are going to be more well received than you may even realize. And I'm hearing for some of you even more lucrative than you may realize. Okay? Let's see. Now, for the future family member that we talked about, future family, it's someone who's going to be a brother or a sister to you. It's going to be a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law. For some of you, it could be like your cousin's husband or wife, like someone who is going to be like a brother or a sister to you that marries into the family. That is going to end up being, I'm hearing soul tribe, like part of your soul tribe. Yep, future family. For a small group of you, like an actual brother or sister, you're going to have one soon. Like your parents are going to have another kid. And you're going to be very close. There will be times where you butt heads, but it's a lesson, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. Like it's going to be a very transformative relationship. It's going to be very like soul fulfilling, soul teaching. Like it's a very spiritual friendship that you're going to have with someone who is a brother or a sister archetype to you in the future. Okay. Yeah. And for those of you where your friend has passed on, yeah, they're one of your spirit guides because they want to help you to express your gifts. Yeah, look. This is the message that they have for you. This is reversed. They see that you don't believe in yourself enough. But they're saying if you see yourself doing well, that you will do well. And I'm hearing like beyond your wildest dreams. Like this is going to be like bigger than you. They just want you to believe in yourself more. They're cheering you on. They wish you would cheer yourself on more. You're gifted. Believe in yourself. For some of you, this friend who passed on was really sick. Like they were in a lot of physical pain. And they want you to know that they don't have any pain anymore, that they're like light and free and they have more fun and they're your spirit guide, but they're also in like a really good place. Now I have no pain. Oh, that's wonderful. And then another message for those of you where it's a future brother or sister archetype. They're going to be able to see your pain that you tend to hide from others, and they're going to help you to deal with it. And that's why it's going to be a difficult relationship. Wow. So back to you people who your past friend is coming through. I'm sorry, please forgive me. But it was reversed. So we're going to clarify this a little more. We're going to get more into this, okay? For those of you where it's that story. It's like for some of them, it's like they feel really guilty and this eats them up, but they're not even really being fully honest with themselves about the fact that they are sorry and they want to be forgiven. For others of you, I think that they do feel really bad about this, but then they like stuff it back down. This person was not adept at dealing with feelings. Back to the story where it's a friend who's passed on. They want you to know, like, not only are they not in any pain anymore, but their mind is free. Like I was saying, they feel like free and they have a lot more fun, like lighter. Their energy is lighter. Some of you, they were physically ill, and some of you, they were mentally ill. And for others, it was both. So like they're free on all levels, and they want you to know that. Like, don't worry about them, If when you think about them, you feel bad, don't, because that's over. And then for the future family member, brother or sister coming in your future, they're going to help you to have less mental pain. Stop being so hard on yourself. Let your mind be free. This person is actually very intertwined with those of you who have a past friend from the other side who's passed on, who wants you to believe in yourself and trust your gifts. They're going to help your mind to be free enough to embrace your gifts, to let the pain go. Like, I'm hearing self-loathing, to let self-loathing go, to be yourself and trust in your gifts, because you don't need to be afraid of your gifts. They're your gifts for a reason. They're gifts. They're good things. No matter what anybody else says, no matter what anybody else has said to you about them. No matter what your grandma said to you about them. Yep. All right, we're going to get into this friend from the past. Because I think some of you are like, okay, well, should I let them back in my life? I'm hearing no. I call all of our guys and our angels for these readings too, but I'm hearing like a real strong no. I'm hearing for all of you, actually. Yeah. Your message for that is, like, even if they do apologize and even if they do feel sorry from time to time, it's not a grounded apology. With the Four of Pentacles being reversed. It's not real. It's not going to create lasting change. It's more going to be words not backed up by actions, with the Justice card being reversed. It's not going to bring balance to the situation. It's not going to create a whole new friendship. This idea of, like, you know, them coming back in your life and being a part of, like, your family again. Because I think this friend was like family to you. I'm hearing embrace who you already have. Because that's the true happiness. Those are the people who actually care about you and whose actions will match their words. Okay? Yeah. Now, I want to find out about your gifts, as I'm sure you do. Your friend from the other side, what gifts they feel that you have. That you can turn any terrible situation into gold. That you can always find the silver lining. You can learn the lesson. Whether or not you see it or believe that about yourself, you can transmute energy into something more worthy. You can see something that people would discard as trash and turn it into treasure. Like, you have that ability, that Midas touch. Okay, whatever scenario there applies, it's the Midas touch. That's a gift. And at the same time, you have like a very pure, innocent, angelic spirit about you, even if you are considered like a bit dark by certain people, possibly a grandparent. You help those with no expectation of return, which is actually very rare, and people should see that more. It'll inspire them. People need to see that. Sorry, I know the cards are a little jumbled. Yeah, with this mentor card, with the shadow attribute here, there's people around you, it feels like your grandparents. They try to give you advice. They try to steer your life, whether you're aware of it or not. Oftentimes it's subconscious. They're projecting energy at you that is filtered through your subconscious mind and affects your conscious actions, whether you know it or not. Read this. Inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Trust your own guidance system, okay? Because it's going to be different than what this mentor or these mentors are trying to get you to do. And it's a woman for some of you. For those of you where it's not a grandparent, it's a woman. It's a very prominent woman in your life that either you think is like very beautiful or like you are. I just want to make sure this friend. But your gifts. I think the message here for your gifts, since we're specifically asking about your gifts, exploitation of the female nature and form. Don't let other people exploit you. Don't listen to the advice of those who try to manipulate you through their beauty, whether it's just like you admire them or it's an actual sexual, physical relationship. Embrace the feminine aspects of your nature, whether you're a man or a woman. And don't see this as negative. Yeah. Don't let people control you. With this being the bottom of the deck, shadow attribute of God. You are giving the power to other people in your life, or a person in particular. shadow attribute of the god and goddess. You need to take your power back. They're influencing you too much. Your friend who's passed on can see this, and they just want you to like own your gifts and make your own choices. Here's your reading. Four messages from the other side. First, let's find out who we're talking to. This is a general reading. Take what resonates. Okay? Start. We've got child, descendant, a child that you're going to have in the future. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, it's either a child you have now or a child to come in the future, or both that share the same message for you. Future family. Okay, sorry, I forget you can't see it. Okay, child, descendant, present. So it's a present child for some of you. For others of you, it's a descendant, a child to come in the future. For others of you, it's a child you have now who shares the same message of children to come in your future. And for those of you where that doesn't apply, okay, here we go. It's still future family. It's either people who are going to come into your bloodline in the future, people who are going to come into your family in the future, yeah, like where the child doesn't apply. Future family. Okay, yeah. What do they have to say? Okay. So, I think they all share the same message for you regardless of who they are. I'm hearing yes. So you have a very scientific spirit. Like this. You are the alchemist. This is their message for you. You can transform base motives and goals into golden wisdom. You have a very intellectual mind. You're very admired for that, and you're very good at that. But you have an aspect to you where you're overly intellectual because the nurturing side of you that should give, like everyone's nurturing side in a healthy expression gives just for the sake of giving, for selfless service, giving for the love of giving, for the happiness of giving, for the joy of like making someone else's life better. But for you, something that you're being called to heal from either your child now, your child in the future, or people who are coming in the future into your family. I'm hearing in the future into your family line. So it might even be someone who's coming around after you're dead through your DNA. If you don't heal this, then they're going to be called to heal it. There it is. Exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer. And I know this is triggering, and I'm sorry, but it's something that needs to be healed within your family line. And it's something that your children can see for those of you who have children, and those of you who are going to have children, they're going to see this. That they wish you'd be more nurturing. They wish you wouldn't expect so much from them. They wish you would take more time off of your work for them. Okay? Yeah, love from your parents in reverse. They just want to feel more love from you. And I'm not saying that you don't love them. And I'm not saying that they don't think you love them. It's just that they want more nurturing, loving, kind time, hugs, intimate conversations, cuddling. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't feel comfortable with those things, I'm just talking in the realm of nurturance. With this being reversed, the message here is that your children now, or your children to come in the future, don't feel as much love for you as they wish that they did. I'm really sorry. I know it's harsh, but it's just what's coming through here. I'm hearing that they wish you would take more time off. And they don't blame you. It's not like they blame you. They don't hate you. Or this child to come in the future isn't going to hate you. They're just going to, this is going to be a wish. This is going to be a desire. And they're always going to feel like they're not living up to your expectations, that you expect too much from them. Curiosity. They admire that you're curious about everything. Like you want to know how things work. And I'm actually getting a message here. They wish that you would let them work with you more. Either your child now or your child to come in the future. Or for those of you where it's not someone who's coming like later in your lineage after you've passed, like if you actually do heal this, or if you're willing to heal this, you actually do work on it. Someone who's going to come into your family in the future. For some of you, it's going to be like through marriage. For some of you, it might be like a child of like your uncle or your cousin. You know what I mean? Just someone in the future who comes into your family, either by birth or marriage. There we go. They're going to be curious about the same things you're curious about, and they're going to want to work with you. And I think it's meant to expand your heart. Get you more in a balanced, intellectual, and loving place. Because I feel like you want to be nurturing. It's just that you work too hard. It doesn't give you enough space to be nurturing. It keeps you more in an intellectual, like, give and take type of space when you're meant to be nurturing just for the sake of nurturance. You know, because intellectually, scientifically, the way that you understand things, you know, like every action has a opposite reaction. Like to give, you know, you expect to receive. Like that is an intellectual standpoint of like a scientific experiment or a discovery. Seeking something out, you find something in return. But in terms of love and nurturing, it's just all about giving. Just for the sake of it. Which seems counterintuitive to you, but it's a lesson you're meant to learn. And if you don't learn it, someone else in your family line is going to need to learn it to heal it. Because if you look throughout your history of your lineage, you'll notice that there's a lot of brilliant minds, but a lot of like emotional trauma. So, okay. For those of you who have a child now, they wish that you would teach them more. Like they're interested in what you're doing, with this being reversed, but they don't tell you that they're interested. Like they wish that they could learn more about what you do, but they're too intimidated to ask you to teach them about it. So that's their message for you. For those of you who have a child now. Yeah, with this being reversed. They're just not learning as much from you as they want to. And I think that this is also a general message for all of you. Those of you who have a child now and have a child to come in the future, they're going to feel like they're not learning as much from you as they want to. And they may not express this to you, but they are through this reading. So now, for those of you where everything is still kind of up in the air about whether or not you're going to actually face and heal this, the future family member who is going to heal the DNA or be called to heal the DNA if you don't, is one of your guides. They've become one of your guides to help you through this. Like they'll learn the lesson if they have to. They'll do the work if they have to, you know. But they're actually helping you to do it. And I'm getting male energy, a man. So I think a lot of you are men. Yeah. And also, like, this man, they feel very, like, ancient in a way. Like, they understand spiritual laws. There's no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. They're going to incarnate and understand illogical truths. So if you don't heal it, it feels like it's almost guaranteed that they will heal it. But also they have the knowledge and they're one of your guides. So if you see any sort of breadcrumbs, I'm talking anything, like a song, something someone says, a feather, repetitive numbers, and it seems to be guiding you towards like illogical truths that you want to explore, truths of the heart, nurturing, of heart opening towards your kids, follow it, because it feels like it'll be this guide who's sending you synchronicities. Yeah. And for those of you where it's a child that's going to come in the future, they already see themselves as your child. They don't even see time, because truth is, time is an illusion, or as I like to say, it's illusory for us in our ego selves. And they already see themselves as your child. And I'm hearing, and they're very amazed by you. Like, your mind is very well respected by either the children you have now, the children to come in the future, or all of them. I think that's it. I think that's all of your message. Yeah. Okay. 5. Let's start with who's communicating here. From the other side. This could be someone who's alive now, someone who's passed on, someone ancient, someone in the future, your spirit guides, your angels, Mother Earth. Could be anybody. They're all written here. So let's see. Your angels and your guides are coming through. This is the present one. An ancestor who's always with you. A grandmother and a father. Okay. Your angels and your spirit guides have message for you through this reading, messages for you. An ancestor, someone who was alive before you. And a father who's in your life presently. A grandmother who's in your life presently, like still alive. Let's just see. For the father and the grandmother, are there any more clarifiers, or are they both alive? Oh, and we also have a twin flame coming through here for you. Okay. I'm fairly confident. Your father's still alive, your grandmother's still alive. I think for a very small group of you, it's like a grandmother or a father who's passed on who wants to speak to you. So we'll see. If you're not familiar with twin flame messages, definitely look it up. Ooh. I'm also being drawn to the descendant here. An ancestor who's going to end up becoming one of your kids. Whoa. Or is already. Yep. With the present card. So for some of you, actually, for a decent chunk of you who have a child, this is actually one of your ancestors who incarnated as your child. They're your child presently. Wow. Just leave that there too. Cool. Now what do they have to say? Okay. Okay. There's a few different messages here. So we've got the shadow attribute of the victim. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. I think all of you are on a twin flame journey. Let's just start there. Which is going to encourage you to stand in your own power, heal your issues. So your issues are specifically that when you get emotional, when you're dealing with trauma, you tend to become like angry and abusive. And this is, I'm not saying like you're like an abusive person. I'm just saying that like you can become self-abusive, you can become verbally abusive. That's more the energy what I'm feeling here. Because you are so attached to living in a victim mentality. And also you're in a toxic cycle of seeking validation through playing the victim, seeking nurturance through playing the victim, that's what puts you in this energy. You don't see a way out just because you're so used to it. Okay? Okay. You're being called to nurture yourself. I get the sense that you have a toxic mother, which is why your father and grandmother are being channeled here. Take it how it resonates, because for some of you, they're alive, and some of you, they're dead. Your father and your grandmother want you to know that although you have a toxic mother, that you can tap into the nurturing female energy inside you, and you can remother yourself. You can heal yourself. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. You can rebirth yourself. You are a natural healer. Your father and your grandmother want you to know this. Also, your twin flame wants you to know this along your journey. The twin flame is always there. Your twin flame is always there. They know what you're going through. They know how to help you. They know what you need to heal. But specifically, your father and grandmother can see that, like, the toxic mothering, or lack of, if you didn't have a mother for some of you, is causing you to stay in this vicious cycle. So you are a very natural healer. You have natural healing ability. So you're being called to, like, tap into that softer side of yourself, to heal yourself, to rebirth yourself, to bring yourself out of this toxic cycle. Also, your angels and spirit guides, they see this is probably your biggest challenge right now. So your angels and spirit guides want you to know this. Your twin flame wants you to know this. Your father and grandmother have seen how the toxic mothering, or lack thereof, in terms of, like, any mothering, has affected you and kept you in this vicious cycle that we were talking about. Yeah. And for those of you who have a child right now, they are an ancestor in your lineage. And they're actually helping you to heal this within yourself just by existing. Like, they agreed to incarnate as your child to help you tap into your own mother energy. For some of you, you're men, but still tapping into your own inner feminine essence to heal this within yourself. Because oftentimes we heal our own inner parents. Like, we tap into that energy by having a child, because we're giving that energy to the child. And then by naturally being in that energy, we turn it inward as well, because it becomes comfortable and natural, like a new cycle. So, wow, that's amazing. Like, this ancestor saw that you needed to heal this and became your child to help you heal it. It's amazing. This is a message from all of them. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Do not be hard on yourself. This is very difficult. This cycle is very difficult and was imposed upon you by toxic mothering or lack of mothering. It's not an easy challenge. It's not an easy cycle to break out of. Please don't be hard on yourself. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Just the fact that you're willing to listen to this shows that you're willing to take steps in the right direction. And sometimes the cycles will repeat. You'll notice that each time it gets a little easier. You understand things a little more. Just keep following that. Have patience with yourself. That's the mothering energy. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, no matter what. The chains will fall when they're ready to fall, just as long as you're willing to be there, to be present, to learn what you need to learn, you know? Don't do it unconsciously. The earth is our school. This is a really big lesson for you. And I think it's all about you tapping into that feminine aspect of yourself. I'm pretty sure all of you are divine masculines, and you're learning to tap into that divine feminine energy within you so you can come together with your twin flame. Yeah, it feels really right. Love. The answer that you're seeking is love. I actually want to read out of the book. It's a simple and complex concept, but that's exactly what you need right now. Also, for those of you who have a child where it was your ancestor, or you're going to have a child who was your ancestor, they want to show you through their purity, the purity of a child, that love energy that they just live in all the time, that Healing is possible for you, and they just want you to be exposed to that energy because that in and of itself will be healing for you, or is healing for you. So, let me get the book. Love. This card wants you to know the simple yet powerful answer that you seek. It's love, pure love, divine love, healing love. You can heal your current situation by acting more lovingly towards others. Specifically for you, if your mother is still present in your life in any way, actually towards her. But from a place of self-love with boundaries. Like, you can't just be angry. You know, if you're just in a cycle of anger towards her, that's still toxic and that still perpetuates the cycle. Okay. You can heal your current situation by acting more lovingly towards others. You can also tell them, I love you. For some of you, you just have a very insecure mother who just, like, doesn't feel like you love them or, like, worries about that. So if you could, like, tell them that more, I think that maybe would, like, lessen their grip because it comes from their own trauma. Back to the book. Even holding loving feelings toward another person is a powerful way to heal them and the relationship. It's true. You can send love to someone who's in need by seeing or feeling love coming from your heart and going to the other person. You're also called upon to teach others about love. You can do this in many different ways. You can talk, write, or sing about it. You can draw, photograph, or paint a picture that shows love. You can make someone laugh to open their heart or inspire them with your own example of living a life of love. This card may also mean that another person really loves you but doesn't know how to show or tell you these feelings, likely your mother. Remember that not everyone is comfortable with strong feelings. Compassion is part of love, which means being open to other people's differences. Yeah. I think your mom, like whoever they are, if they're in your life or not, is really emotionally traumatized, which is why they are the way that they are. Just try not to be too mad, you know? I think they're doing the best that they can. Also, if you want to come together with your twin flame, this is what you have to heal. So, yes. Let's see. Father and grandmother. Your father, whether alive or dead, what does your father have to say to you? I call the energy of their father for a general message. Here it is. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, God. For some of you, you have a very harsh father. Actually, for a lot of you, just really has a hard time like showing you how they feel. I always give you a good night kiss. This is for those of you where your dad's passed on. They literally come and give you a good night kiss every single night. And they're sorry. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry. Excuse me. No, you know? Bad timing. Excuse me. For those of you where your father is still alive, I think we're a small group of you. Like, your father comes in when he knows that you're, like, really conked out, if he's ever at your house or if you're living at his house, and he actually does give you a kiss. And for most of you, it's more like a metaphor. Like, when you're sleeping and you're relaxed and you look so cute and vulnerable, like, they always think of you fondly. They always send good energy your way. You know, they whenever you're in a place in your life where you're vulnerable, whether you're sleeping or not, like, they are sending good energy your way because they want to support you, even if they're not as supportive as they could be. Feels like that message resonates for a lot of you. But for those of you where your dad's passed on, I always give you a good night kiss. There's guilt associated with this too, and they're sorry. They never miss a night. They never miss a night. What else? If you want to. For some of you, your mother's trauma stems from your father, and they have guilt associated with that too, and they see how much it's affected you. I'm not sure they want to say more. Whether your father's dead or alive, they wish that they were more open, and they're not. Grandmother, whether alive or dead, what do they want to say? Feels lighter. This energy's a little lighter. Feels like a bunch of kisses all over your face. A bunch of cute little playful kisses all over your face. I'm actually channeling Moana's grandmother, so for some of you, a lot of you, you have a very eccentric grandmother. Very fun-loving, higher-minded, believes in like personal, individual destiny. Okay, for those of you whose grandma's passed on, I have no more earthly worries. If they were a worrywart, you know, they always worried about everything, they're in a much more peaceful, joyous place, and they want you to know that. That's why I was kind of channeling that Moana's grandma energy too. Like their energy has changed or they've always been that way. So that's like really good. They want you to know that. And they want to pass that energy on to you. Now I have no pain. For those of you whose grandma has passed on, who had a painful death, more physically, it feels like it was a physically painful death, like a disease of some kind. Their pain's gone. They're in a happy place with all these sunflowers. And they don't want you to have any pain. They want to offer that to you as well, being one of your spirit guides. Okay? As a soul, I can be in several places at once. So she's not always with you, but if you call on her, she can come to you no matter where she is. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Yeah, she's definitely got like very positive, fun, joyful, light-free vibes about her. If you call on her, she can help impart those to you, especially if you ask her to. She wants you to believe in yourself more. She wants you to believe that you can break this cycle. Like, she wants you to just be resilient. Like, keep going for it. Keep doing it. Like, you can do it. Don't give up. Your grandma's a fighter. So, here you go. Actually hearing, it's your mother's mother. So all those things you love about your mom, a lot of that probably resonates for your mom. Okay. Oh, I love coconut water. Pile 6. Messages from the other side. Let's figure out who we're talking to. Take it. Ancestor. One of your ancestors. For some of you, multiple ancestors. Grandfather. An achiever. An ancestor, a grandfather of yours who was an achiever. Likely had some notable achievements. If you haven't delved into your family's history, you should to find out about this grandfather. They'll be a source of inspiration for you. Yeah, they've attained a very high spiritual place. Like, they're actually one of your angels. Ancestor? They had earthly achievements and spiritual achievements. Grandfather and angel. They're one of your angels. Like, we all have spirit guides and angels. This grandfather is one of your angels. Mother. That's a lot. Take that one. Future mother came out again. Okay, well, looks like you have at least one more go around. One more incarnation. This is coming from a future mother. Or, for some of you, it's a future mother-in-law. For a very small group of you, you're looking for, like, you're under 18 and you're looking for a new home, a new mother, and this is going to happen for you. Like, you're in between homes right now. Or there's going to be someone who comes into your life in the future who is going to be like a mother to you, and it'll be like the mother you've never had. All of those apply for different viewers. So you got a spirit guide coming through. Okay. I think one more. Yeah. And a friend. Current friend in your life has something that they want to say to you that they just like can't say, or they've said to you before. We'll find out what it is. Well, it feels like your grandfather, one of your angels, a very well-achieved ancestor, physically achieved and spiritually achieved. They want you to know that there is someone or something, like an activity that you're doing or someone around you. For some of you, it's everything. It's like the activity that you're doing and the people involved in this activity, it's draining you. It says depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. This is a very codependent situation you find yourself in where you all kind of have like dark urges. It could just be a matter of like partying or going out like clubs and bars, but it could be something deeper than that. And this grandfather just doesn't want to see you get your energy drained by it, because although you found a sense of belonging and fun and escapism, it's not good for you. Yeah. And then I think for those of you where it's also your future mother or mother archetype, they're going to help you with this. I think you have a friend also in your life who's outside of this circle of people or outside of this activity. This could, for some of you, just be the person you're dating. They're very vampiric in nature. But you have a friend around you who can see it, who wants to get through to you, but they're not sure how. Like they're not sure if they should talk to you about it, or they have talked to you and they feel like it's not getting through to you. And they're hoping by coming together with like this future mother and this grandfather of yours that like if we're all saying the same thing, that maybe you'll start to see it too. Pay attention to what makes you feel drained. What is it? It's going to be different for all of you. We've got misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. This is something or someone you really don't want to let go. You don't think it's bad for you. No one is able to get through to you. But all those who really actually love you can see how toxic this is and how much it's draining your energy. Yeah. False sense of invulnerability. Like you don't think this is affecting you, but it is. Or you think this is good for you. Or you just can't let it go. Okay. Let go of stress. I'm hearing that there's healthier ways to let go of your stress that won't drain your energy, that will actually replenish your energy. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. Yeah, whoever this is, or whatever this activity is, or this group of people, you're taking on their stress too. Like you think that this is a way to relieve yourself of stress, but actually, like it's making you more exhausted. It's not solving the problem or problems, and you're taking on other people's stress too. So, yeah, your message from the other side is they want you to find true peace, not be in a vicious cycle. Oh my gosh. Wow. For some of you, you lost your mother, and they're going to come back and be your mother again in your next life, future mother. It was my time to go. This is their message. And we will be together again. Like they're going to be your mother again. And they're so sorry that the timing was off. I'm hearing that they didn't expect to connect with you as much as they did. Like it just wasn't part of the plan. But they're going to come back and they're going to be your mom again. And it kills them to see that what you're going through. And they wish they could be there for you. That's why they're communicating through this. So, also for like a very small group of you, your grandfather did die. And they're letting you know we will be together again on the other side. May just be brief, like in between lives, but they want you to know, like, we're going to see each other again. We're going to be together again. It was just their time to go. Okay? Yeah. What about friend? Yeah, for some of you, this is a friend. It was just their time to go, and we will be together again. Whoever it is that's died, whether it's a grandfather, a mother, or a friend, for those of you who actually have someone who's died. Okay? General reading. Please remember that. If you want a clarification, I'm doing a live reading Friday at 8 p.m., $5 per question, which is a great deal, so jump on it. I watch over you every day. I will always point you in the right direction. Yep. It's either 1, 2, or 3 of these. Mother, grandfather, and friend. This is like your spirit guides and your angels. These are all people you've known at some point or have come before you who are part of your like family line. And pay attention to the synchronicities, the out of this world signs. It's them. They're always pointing you in the right direction. Please try to trust that more, you know? And if you see that these synchronicities, these otherworldly signs, you know, whatever they are, repetitive numbers, songs, random conversations, you know, an animal you see that's out of the ordinary, looking up their symbolism, synchronicities. If the synchronicities are in line with what your current friend is advising you to do or telling you, then keep in mind, your lineage, your family, and your current friend are all telling you the same thing, which should really help shift your thinking. And you're being watched over, okay? If you have a certain element of protection, they just wish that you would protect yourself more. So that's your reading. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I love all of you, and I will be on for a live Friday night.